my dears, this is Sarah from SheHoldsDearly.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own lace window screen. Now this could be used just as a decorative piece, almost like a, like a curtain on the lower half of your window or one side of your window. I actually am going to use this as a screen because there's a screen missing in the window I'm going to use this in. You're going to need 1x2s. I just purchased the cheapest ones I could find at Home Depot, which happen to be pine. And I think they're about $5 a piece. So I got a couple of those. Then you're going to need some lace. I went to Goodwill. I found this curtain, which I may not use on the one I'm going to show you today because I really like this shower curtain that I also picked up. I think there's more, there's just more interesting details in this one. So we're going to cut this up. I'm going to paint my frame a sage green. And all they had at Home Depot was a camouflage green, which will work. I got that. And then I'm going to use a staple gun. And if you've done upholstery with me, you may have the staple gun that I already used for my upholstery. I will link that below. So once you decide on the window you're going to do this in, you're going to take some measurements. And this part, it was a little tricky. It's not actually going to act like a true screen, right? So when you put a true screen in a window, you fit it inside a space, and then you've got to, squish it on one side. You're just gonna cut it to the smallest size of your window and set it in there, and then close the window partway, or in my case, pull it down a little bit, and it will hold your screen in place. And I actually am going to, it's Washington, so it's not crazy hot like in the South, but I really do think that this is gonna act as a screen. We'll see. I am thinking it will actually keep the bugs out and look really pretty while it's doing that. So once you get your measurements, you're gonna go, you wanna cut 45-degree angles because you're just gonna make a frame, and then you're gonna staple them together. And I'm gonna take off and get that done, and we'll come back and I'll show you what I have. Really straightforward, but I think it's gonna be a really unique piece in our house. And I do have an air compressor. You do have to have one of those if you're gonna do the staple gun. All right, so there's our frame. Now I'm gonna take this outside and spray paint it with our sage green spray paint. Alright, so we have our sage green frame. Came out a little darker than I was thinking, but maybe that's fine. Okay, and then we're just going to use our frame as our stencil. And I kind of like the idea of not doing anything too symmetrical or centered or anything. So I'm going to probably take a section out of kind of the corner and get a couple patterns going on. So let me figure that out, and I'm going to cut that out, and then just going to staple it onto the back of the frame and go put it in our window. And just like in upholstery, you want to get the sides and then the middle, and then work your way. I'll show you what I mean. So tack that down, and then go to the other side. To the middle. It seems to make it the most even. Trim it if you need to, no big deal. Then go to the other ends. Pull the center. You can see it starting to get nice and even. I'm gonna have to trim it so I see that. Just keep watching the center area and make sure it's getting nice and taut. And I'm gonna trim up the extra lace. Okay, and here's the finished look. I think this will be really pretty in our window downstairs in our dining room, fireside room. So thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this really, I think, kind of a unique idea for artwork in your house. If you're new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I do post regularly and I share my professional design advice and our vintage home life. All right, take care and I will talk to you soon.